to the people. Listen to humanity. Listen to the parrot. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot. Listen to the people. Listen to humanity. Listen to the parrot. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Listen to the people. Listen.
America Open Market, AO Market. The best digital market for humanity is a free multilingual borderless market open to international sellers with various languages included. With America Open Market, you may start selling in minutes after filling out the form. Comprehensive dashboard where you understand your sales, orders, and customers is available. You get paid directly, securely, and instantly on the America Open Market. You can sell your house, car, electronic laptop, CD player, boombox, phone, headphones, furniture, and clothing, and anything on AmericaOpenMarket.com where all your sales and customer needs are met. Register as a merchant today. You will not regret becoming a vendor at America Open Market. For further inquiries, contact us at aomarket@gmail.com. AO Market, best digital marketplace for humanity. Hello and welcome to World Inkers Network. I'm Dustin Pickering, your noble and honest host. And today we have Steve Ink. He is the son of Ajuzi Nurosiri. I hope I pronounced that right, or I tried. A Nigerian poet. He is a poet with searching knowledge and deep meditation on universal themes. He is quite a modern poet in his adherence to language, and his use of metaphor is soul-searching. Ank's works have been published in Open Door Poetry Magazine, Poetry Soup, Good Lit Company, Voice from the Void, Our Poetry Archive, I Become the Beast, and Fire Magazine. He is also the author of 5 anthologies of poems: I Am Fine, Don't Read This Poem; What the Ant Saw, Read a Poem and Thirst for Two; I Wrote This for You, The Children of None, The Filthy Hands, and Another Poem. These are all available on Amazon. He was also a contributing author in social anthology Ink's Anthology of Poetry, and Not Just Anybody Can Be a Dad, You Only Get One Mama. Thanks for joining us today, Steve. How is the day going for you? You're muted. I forgot to tell you to unmute. Sorry. Go ahead and unmute yourself. There you go. Sorry about that. So how's the day going for you? Are you having an excellent day there? Oh, it muted again. I don't know what's the deal with why it keeps muting like that. You mute? Can you unmute? Just press the unmute there. There you go. Okay, so hopefully it won't do that again.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, so wonderful to have you on the show today. I can hear
no
you
problem.
now.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So tell us about your...
Okay, can you hear me clearly now?
Yes. Tell us about your new book, I Am Fine, Don't Read This Poem.
Okay, thank you very much.
Where did you come up with that title? That's an interesting statement you're making there. What are you trying to say with the book overall, do you think? Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly. Can you hear me?
Okay. Good. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I am fine. The whole idea of I am fine, don't read this book. It's just like, it's just like an anthology, as I said. It's a collection of poems, of 30 book, the anthology. So if you look at human being, when people are in pain, when people are frustrated, when people are in one condition or the other, when things are not norm they use, they will just tell you, I am fine. I mean, if things are not working, people will say, I am fine. If it's not working perfectly, they say, I'm fine. Even if you see someone that is passing through hell at the moment, he will still tell you, I am fine. Just see someone that is going to the edge of committing suicide, even with, I am fine. You know, that I am fine has become a norm that lots of people use just to cover up their pain. You know, because this is the reason of saying I am fine. It means that if I tell you my problem, you can solve it. Are you getting it? So telling people I'm fine just like a form of to really say I am fine, don't read this poem. When I say don't read this poem, means that I don't want you to go into details of what I'm passing through. I don't want to go into details of my own personal problem because if I tell you, you might not even give me the very positive solution. So I just prefer to tell you, I am fine. Don't read this poem. You know, as I said on that poem, on that book, that is full of ugly truths. Ugly truths. Those that are mentally misunderstood. Those that need self-care. You know, some people are really in pain, and the only how to just feel that for not to tell people about what they are facing, they will just tell you that I am fine. I am fine, just like a normal norm we use. I'm fine, just to get people out of their way, just to dwell on their own pain. That is what the title of the poem comes. Though I will still read more about what the actual poem is. So why I say don't read this poem, because I don't want people to go into details. I just say I am fine, let the case close. Because you might not understand my pain. That's why I said I'm fine. Don't read this way.
What is the setting of some of these poems? Where do you derive your moods and your language from in your poetry?
I didn't get it. I didn't get the question.
Where do you get your mood and your the type of language you use in your poetry? Because it's, you know, a lot of people have said you use a sort of modern but a contemporary type of language. Why do you choose that style over, say, using a kind of, I don't know, say Shakespearean style like thee and thine and
okay,
so forth?
I choose. Okay, I choose that kind of. I choose that kind of expression. Yeah, I can hear you clear now. I choose that kind of expression. Should I say system of writing, just to maintain the formal system of poetry? Are you getting me?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Let me understand your question again.
I was asking about the way you use language and the kind of phrasing you use in your poetry, and why you chose that kind of style over another type of style.
I get your question now. You know, I just feel like making my work to be different from other contemporary poets. You know, I have should I say I have a Canadian born. So before writing poetry, I read a lot of his works. So I noticed the way he writes and the pattern he writes. I said, maybe let me just pick him as in form of an influencer. So that was why I just choose that pattern to write my poem. Sometimes it's I have to be very thoughtful before I will put down some poems. Sometimes it takes me 3 days to write a poem, but it takes me extra 4 days. I added all the necessary poetic device that that should be on the poem, so that when I release the poem, at least the thought and the value will still be there.
So does having a father who is a poet also, does that influence you to write more poetry, or how does that affect your own poetic, devices and style?
I didn't get the question.
Sorry, I think there's like a little bit of a lag from the network. What I was asking is, how does having a father who's also a poet, how does that influence your own writing?
No, as I said, I don't really have a father who is a poet. I have an influencer that is a poet. I have that common passion to be a poet from when I was young. So I have that passion to be a poet. Then when I started reading poetry, I read lots of poetic books. I read William Shakespeare's work. I read some of Robert William Service, what is his name? Andrew Pope. So, Robert first, I read many of their poems, but I just prefer to work with pattern of Robert William Service. Self choose to be a poet.
Wonderful. That's an excellent American poet. Or no, he's British. Was he British or American? Do you remember? Because I can't remember off the top of my head. I think he was British, not American. Robert Service, I believe, was British.
Yeah, he was.
Is there something in that?
He was Canadian. He was Canadian American.
Okay. Yeah, because is there something in his particular writing style that really inspires you?
Yeah. Something in his writing style really inspires me. As I said, I have read many poems, but when I read this poem, I noticed that this guy, I can't really recall the title. Though I don't really get all his messages. I know it's poetry, it's metaphorical. But whenever I open his poem, I feel that this guy his system is different from other poets. I don't say other poets are not good, but based on my own view of poetry, you understand? I just prefer that his own is better. So I learned a lot from him when I started. Until, let me say, it's been a while I read this poem. Since almost a year and a half, I have not read this poem. But I started from reading his poem, pattern, and everything. Till when I get to a stage, I notice that I'm really a poet. So I just write my poem weekly, as I write weekly.
So do you feel that you're an inspired poet, or do you really have a thought process that goes into your work that is really intense? Do you spend a lot of time on thinking about what you're going to write about, or does it just kind of happen for you?
Can I get the question again?
What I was asking is, does the poem, when you write a poem, does it just happen for you, or like an inspiration, or do you really think about what you're going to write?
Okay. When I write a poem, the structure, the pattern, and the settings come from an images. If you check all the poems, and I don't just use common image, I use uncommon images. Sometimes when I see an image, or if someone posts an image either on social media, or I can see an image on Google. So I will set the title. Once I will create words by looking at the images. As the more I look at the images, I will be creating words from it until sometimes I will start the poem from the last stanza. Sometimes I will start from the first stanza. Sometimes I will make the last stanza to be the first stanza. That is after I've gotten the message of where I'm going to. But all the poems on another. So those images that are the one that gave me the inspiration to what I write.
That's interesting. So you start sometimes with the last stanza, you said?
Yeah, sometimes from the last stanza.
Huh. How do you work your way back up to the beginning of the poem? That's an interesting approach. I've never heard that before.
Can you come up with the question again?
When you write from the last stanza of the poem, how do you work your way back into putting a whole poem together from that? That's an interesting approach.
Okay, there is it. You know, writing from the last stanza is like getting to the end of the poem from the beginning. For instance, now, I want to write about it. So there was a poem I wrote on that. That is, the title is, I wrote on Everyone Will Go. Everyone Will Go, the title of the poem. So I started, then I said the last stanza, the last line of that poem said, and later, even the fabric wear out. So finally, when I finished the last stanza, then I came to the fourth stanza. I said, do not brag, my pretty friend. Do not brag. So from the notion of the is all about. So from there, I wrote from the last stanza, I came to the second stanza. I think I came to the fourth before writing the third. It doesn't happen or doesn't happen once in a real message of the beginning, but I've seen the end of the poem. But most of my poems, I start from the beginning. When I start from the beginning, I will write the first stanza, second stanza, and sometimes if I notice that the second stanza should be the last, then I will move the second stanza to the last stanza, or I can move it to the third stanza. I did everything.
So what and compels you to write the most? What is there something that takes place in your life that draws you to writing, or is there like just a general spirit of wanting to write within you?
What really drives me to write is I have one kind of notion, or should I say ideology, that this world is just like this world. Should I just put it this way? That
sorry,
to do the right thing and live. If you check most of my poems, I don't write romance poem. I don't write relationship poem. I so much value nature. I value humanity. So I have that thought of humanity always in my heart. So if you check most of my works, you understand. If you check the title of this poem, I am fine, don't read this poem. That people really face it. You know, some people feel like they don't want to express themselves in anything they are facing. So I just want a kind of a poem that will really be a solution to humanity. That is the thought I have on my head every day. A kind of poem that will be a solution to humanity. Like I'm writing a poem presently. That is the smuggling self. The smuggling self, imported ignorance. So I posted that on social media. That was some days ago. Someone asked me what is the title of this. Well, what is the reason for this title? I just told him is this. You know, some people they smuggle self that is not their real self. So they smuggle a particular being that is not there with them. So just try to feel along. So they want to feel along. They want to feel among people, just to act as if that they are one of them. But within themselves, they know the truth. So what really inspires most of my poem is humanity. I just want to send a kind of message that when you read it, you know that it's not a kind of poem I will write that will say that that really meant for a particular class of people. You know, some lady said that this poem is for them. I'm writing for my girlfriend, or this one is meant for his boyfriend. This one meant his family member. So, except if I'm writing like a birthday poem, which is I write it once in a while. Birthday poem is not really just like for a particular person. Apart from that, most of my work, I target humanity, just to make sure that anyone that reads it.
Excellent. We're going to take a brief break and enjoy this wonderful poem recital in Bengali from Jolly to Rufter.
Yeah.
Let's get this up here, and I'm going to play this for you. And give me just a minute. Put myself on mute here because I need to do that. Sorry about that.
আজ ভোরে ভালোবাসাকে ভিজতে দেখেছি সোহাগে, আমার চোখে কাজল রাঙিয়ে খোপায় বেলি ফুল গেথে হাতে গোলাপ নিয়ে কতটা ভালোবাসো উজাড় করেছো স্রোতে। বিশ্বাস করো আমায়, তোমার এই উন্মাদনা আমার হৃদয়ে সেজে উঠেছে পুষ্পকানন। নিবিড় স্রোতে ভাসিয়েছে হৃদয়ের জমাজল, শহরের ভোরে ফিরে পেলাম অজানা সুগন্ধি হাওয়ার দল। হ্যাঁ, অনিরুদ্ধ তোমার ভালোবাসায় আজ আমি পরিপূর্ণ হলাম, এক বুক সাগর সমান। ধন্যবাদ এতক্ষণ শুনলেন জলি তরফদারের ভালোবাসার ভোর কবিতাটি।
Thank you, Joy, for that wonderful video and that recital that we just played of her poetry. And we're going to take a little bit of a commercial break, but we will be right back with the show. Hang on just a second. We'll hear Steve's own poetry from the wonderful Steve Onk in just a second here. Let's play a video of a commercial break, and we'll be right back. America Open Market. Are you curious about financial literacy? Then take a look at Professor Anthony Rivecchio's new program on Parrot TV. It's called Financial Focus University. This is an excellent program to learn about questions related to your own finances post-COVID, and how you can manage your money, how you can work with your tax situation. And this is an excellent and informative discussion of financial literacy. With Professor Anthony Rivecchio, your financial problems will be solved at Parrot TV with Financial Focus University. Welcome back to the show. Why don't we hear some of your lovely poetry from your new book? It's called I Am Fine, Don't Read This Poem. Here's a few poems from this book, and we'd love to hear it. Can you hear me? Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly now. What do you say?
Would you like to read some poems from
Yes,
your
I can
new
hear you.
book?
I can hear you now.
Okay, good. Would you like to read some
Yeah,
poems?
yeah, I have few poems to read from the new book. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. I have few poems to read from the book. So let me just, I have, if time permits, I think I will like to read like 4 poems, if time permits.
That's
But let me
fine.
start with the title of the poem itself, title of the book itself. I will start with the title of the book itself. That is, I Am Fine. That is the title of the book. So he said, I am fine. Don't read this poem. I say you don't have to see this. You don't have to stress the eyes, because you won't understand. Yes, you would not. You don't have to. Nothing is wrong. You don't have to read my poem. You will wither into my pain. Please don't stress the eyes. You could be caged. Please don't go further. Tears may freely roll. I may freely swell. Heart may easily bleed. If you continue with this right, it may reach this truth. Yes, I say stop. I have been chained. I have been bullied, raped, ignored, used, betrayed, mostly for zero cause. I can feel your concern. Yes, I can. But you should not. Life is funny, and I've seen it. You don't have to. see that. You don't have to think that, because nothing is wrong. Do not worry, do not think it, do not stress it. I am fine. Forget the allegation, forget the interrogation, forget the accusation. I mean, I am fine. I am fine, nothing is wrong. Just let me be. I need to rest. I need to be alone. I need peace. Please, let me be in the dark. I am fine. So I think I would like to write. It's like a kind of poem. It's like, let me say, a birthday poem I wrote for someone. You know, poetry has taught me two things. Since I started poetry, it taught me two things. It taught me kindness and humanity. Those are the two things of this poem, just to, as I said, I write birthday poem once in a while, just to encourage those that have been supporting me one way or the other. So this poem we wrote for, I can't really remember the person that owns the poem, but I wrote it for someone. And it goes like this: the love we brought. I said we solemnly sing, the birds sing, and gently dance the trees, singing the amazing wishing day is here, pointing at the faces that owns the day, calling to all voices to wistfully whisper the song, showing him the love they brought, wrapped to fence his face with laughter and comfort as he rambled with scent of breath. So I have another poem to read. That is the third one, that said, what if tomorrow comes? You know, it's like a form of encouraging poem. As a poet, I'm telling the reader or the viewer or the listener, do not cry. If you have really given up in life and tomorrow comes, then what will you really say? So that I said that, do not cry. What if tomorrow comes? And what if tomorrow comes that everything are better? So the poem goes this way. Damn you, do not cry. Silence the bitter tears and let the calculated pain fall away. Rinse the sea and prepare the shore. Prepare the mind for a pour and leave not the shore. Rather prepare for the next. Sometimes discouragement matches. It matches row upon row. But distance yourself from the dark shaft and pile up your pyramid so hard. Rinse your feet and prepare the feast, not with slashes and staggering state, but with anticipation and enchanted sing, and build a concrete wall of hope. Do not cry. Damn you, do not cry. Make no staircase for depression. You know, some people make staircase for depression. You know, they try to accumulate, they try to build form of a pyramid to their problem. So I said, make no staircase for depression and make no stood for self-inflicted suffering. What if tomorrow? So I have a next to read that says, the children of the moon. So I want to use just this moment to explain that poem very well. The children of the moon is kind of a poem of what is happening in the society, whereas parents force their children to career they are not meant for. You know, you have seen your child as someone that wants to be either a footballer or a businessman, whatsoever, but you want him to be a medical doctor or lawyer or an accountant. They were separated from their real callings. You understand? And at the end of the day, that was why the moon lacks children. The poem goes this way. There were just only 11 children. I said they picked all 11 children and made characters out of their creation. They made two become doctors and gave them separate pair of stethoscopes, and turned one into a psychologist and gave him a weird instinct to pick up sounds, make one political activist, and hung honorable on his sleeve, made one a businessman and called him the boss of all bosses, lubricated one with ornament of Pope, tossed one off as a pathetic dice, caused one trouser to dress an imam, and deposited Arab into his bank of knowledge. They thought one was a criminal and suspected every action he took, made one fall in love with the wrong soul, and watched her wither into depression, detached the remaining from her positive energy. That is why the moon lacks children. So those are the three poems. I think I have another poem to read if time permits. That is the title of the poem is Not All. No, it's taken from this book. I want to say it's from this book. It's from this book. This is the title of the book. That is I am fine. Don't read this poem, as I said.
Excellent. If you want to read another,
if time permits.
I think we have time for one more.
Not all that slave escaped. Okay, not all that slave escape. It's kind of encouragement, or should I say that the setting of the poem comes from a point where, sometimes people do evil. They think that they will escape all the time, but sometimes the net will cut on them. And when it happens, they don't really know. They don't know that is the end of everything. It's just like, as they said, they say every day it's for the thief, and one day is for the owner of the house. So that's why I said the title of the poem is Not All That Slave Escape. I use myself as the poet to analyze the story here. I said, I thought I would lick my lip when the feast is over. I heard the words. I thought I would be the best after I've broken some beans. I thought I would drink my soup after I poisoned the soup. I thought I would smile after I shaved some souls. It had been my custom to live without caution. It had been my policy to poison the soup. It has been my joy to watch souls wither. It has been my manner to nip the remaining bud. Though caution came, I wrapped myself with narcissist. Empathy knocked, and I walked the door at a glance. Cause and effect looked, I responded with a heavy sigh. Because highly 100 nights have seen victory. Behold, how sad are the all ended, though I wanted to happily hurry home as usual, with comfort in my heart and hurt in their hearts. But I've licked the soup I could not finish.
Well, thanks for joining us today, Steve. Would you like to have any last advice or to impart the viewers? Encourage.
And thank you to.
Thank you. Would you like to share any shout outs or any words of encouragement to fellow writers?
Can I?
What's that?
Okay, I will let, yes, I'm with you. I get your question. The words of encouragement I should share to fellow writers or the viewers is this. Writing is a journey which no one knows where it will lead you to. Don't write for the money. Write to please humanity. Just write to do your best to the world. Just write because a time will come we all will be east.
Excellent. Well, thanks for joining us on the program today,
Thank you
and
very
it's
much.
pleasant talking with you. And good luck with your book. I enjoyed it myself. I have a copy of my own copy in here that I read last night and yesterday. So it was really a wonderful book. Thanks for sharing your poetry with us.
Thank you very much.
You're watching
Thank you.
World
Thank you.
Inkers Network. We had Steve Ank today. Go back and watch that interview again if you missed any of it. And thanks to Jolly Terefter for her wonderful poetry recital in Bengali that we shared as well today. And if you want to be on the program, you can get in touch with me, Dustin Pickering, at publication.worldinkers@gmail.com. Send a bio and a headshot. And if you want to donate to our program to help us continue along with our journey, you can support us at this banner right here, paypal.me/nyparrot. Just any amount will be fine. And if you don't want to just donate, then you can buy our books. We just had an Albanian anthology released. It's a wonderful collection of poetry. It's $16 on Amazon. You can buy that, and that'll support our endeavors as well. Or you can buy one of the 3 Parrot series anthologies that we did, the Literary Parrot Series 1, 2, and 3. And remember, if you're not writing, you're not writing right now, just do it. Just sit down and do some writing. We'd love to have you on the program. Just remember to join us someday, and keep watching and subscribe to our channel. And it was nice to talk to Steve today. Thanks, Steve. And if you want to be on the program, please let me know, guys out there. Get in touch with me. So you guys out there have an excellent afternoon and get to writing. We'd love to see you next time on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Thanks again.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Listen to the people. Listen to humanity.